It's the old silly moustache here. You know, I never expected to become a guitar teacher. I gave up drums and bought an acoustic in about 1985 after seeing Tom Rush at a British festival. My learning process was undisciplined, fragmented and erratic. I just kind of picked up stuff and I made every possible mistake along the way. In 1975, I think it was, I got involved in bluegrass and I had to learn fast. I had to learn to play fast on guitar and mandolin and dobro. In 1983-93 was kind of an enforced musical hiatus and I concentrated on my photography. But while I was doing that, I was listening to a new kind of music, the Texas singer-songwriters mainly, and I started singing and playing again in 1993, both solo and in various combos. And I was asked to submit recordings for some US compilation albums. My wife and I visited Texas in 2004 by invitation, and we travelled from California through Arizona and New Mexico and back to Texas in 2005, again by invitation. It had never occurred to me to consider teaching. You know, it was the COVID lockdowns that changed that. Sean from Georgia, that's the US state, not the country, contacted me asking for lessons. He showed me how to use Zoom. Other clients followed and taught me how to teach them. I learned quickly that no two people learn at the same speed or in the same way or the same things. It had to be one-on-one, personal and tailored. For most, playing guitar is a challenge, a delight, but mostly a hobby. Therefore, learning the skills should be equally enjoyable and fun rather than a task. Don't put pressure on yourself. I don't put pressure on my clients and I don't make demands. Further, as I'm an old Brit, my quirky sense of humour frequently shows through. It's okay to laugh at me. I discovered that there was a lot more to just teaching and teaching songs. I found myself discussing posture, different playing styles, instrument choices, and yes, singing. So many people have told me that they don't or can't sing, and I've managed to prove them wrong. I've succeeded in enabling people to sing well and with confidence. Musical theory, well, yeah, I don't use notation nor tablature, but sometimes a little bit of theory helps and enables creativity, shall we say. Please note, I don't teach jazz or classical or electric guitar styles. Need to talk about payment. When I started in 2020, I charged £35 or £35 or $50 for a 1 hour session to be paid as soon as possible after. I have made no increases in that since 2020, or for folks starting in 2025. I thought if a session needs to be delayed, cancelled, rescheduled, whatever, please give me 24 hours notice or payment in lieu, because that will mean I wouldn't be able to give that time to somebody else. I strongly recommend weekly sessions for best progress. Fortnightly sessions have been tried, but we always spend at least half an hour trying to remember what we did 2 weeks ago. It takes lots longer. It must be more expensive in the long run. As far as that's concerned, you have no obligation to me for any number of lessons. You decide when to stop. Now, we use Zoom for this. You don't need to subscribe to Zoom, as I do. So I invite you, and I will send an email inviting you about 15 minutes before the start. I found that laptops are the best devices to use, perhaps with a USB microphone and speakers, which may help. They don't have to be expensive. I need to see your face and your hands on the guitar, pretty much like you see me now. Okay. We always need to adjust the audio settings on Zoom when we start for musicians, and that's a bit fiddly sometimes, but we get it sorted out in 5 minutes or so. I only take one client a day, and not every day. This is a hobby and a vocation for me. I love doing it, and it's not a business. If you'd like to try me out, then email me. The address is in the description below, and maybe include some information. Also your time zone, because I'm in the UK, and your availability. So, if you have been, thanks for watching. Take care.